I literally look like I'm beating my face. Is that what they call it that? Hey YouTube, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be how I achieved this look. It is to me what a natural beat is, nothing too crazy, you know, something that you can wear every day, job interview, anything important, celebration, anything of that nature. So I feel like this video is very helpful. If you are interested in how I achieved this look, then be sure to keep watching, and don't forget, honey, to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? So the very first thing I did was I made sure I had a very clean face, a fresh start. I did scrub my lips and all of those details, and where I bought products from are in my skincare video, so be sure to check that out. But without further ado, I'm going to prime my face after I have moisturized it, and I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and it is the Radiance one. I just want to rub that into my skin. Now, for foundation, my skin color is a little tricky, or I just don't know how to pick out a foundation color, but I literally never have one color that I can use for my foundation. So, I mix some. First, I'm going to go in with the Nars foundation stick, and the actual name of it is Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. And I am in the color Tahoe Medium Dark 2. And this is the color it is. And as you can see, it's a little light for my skin, but I'm going to mix it in a second. So what I do is I just take, you know, a couple stripes on each cheek. This is literally not the conventional way to do foundation, but my face be beat, so it works. Alright. And I stay away from my forehead with this color because my forehead is naturally darker than the rest of my face, so I'm not even going to trip and put it on there. The second color I use is the Fenty Beauty, or foundation I use is the Fenty Beauty, and it is in the color 340, and it's the Pro Filter Soft Matte. And I'm going to take a foundation brush. It is an Urban Decay brush, and I just like this brush to mix on my face. A lot of people mix on their hand, you know, put product on their hand then mix, which is fine. I just don't like all that on my hand is going on my face anyway. So I take like 1 or 2 pumps of this. Oh my god, am I running out? And then I take that brush and I'm kind of harsh with it so that I can mix these two colors. Okay, then I do the same for the other side. Mix that really well. And you have freckles, so it's sometimes a lot harder to get like a full coverage. That's okay, they show through, whatever. Once that is done, I take my beauty blender, which is already damp. It should be clean, but you know how life goes, it don't work like that. So, but try to use a clean beauty blender. I'm just gonna press that liquid foundation into my skin to give it more of like a flawless look at the very end. Now I take whatever product that has transferred from my face to the beauty blender, and I put a little bit of that on my forehead, only because when I do my eyebrows, I like to conceal the top, and it makes the top concealer blend a lot more with my forehead, if that makes sense at all. So, once I feel like that's blended in good enough, I like to set my foundation. A lot of people just wait till why is there, whatever, I spill my foundation and I don't know it. A lot of people like to use powder just to bake under their eye, but I have like smile lines so bad, and so if I don't set those lines, it literally like the lines are just there all day long. So the brush I'm gonna use is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, and it's just a simple, like, you know, fluffy brush. And I use the Cover FX setting powder. It's a matte setting powder, and I use the color medium, and it looks like that. Just take some of that product, kind of knock off the excess, and I literally just press this on my face. I know you probably can't see it on the camera, but there is product transferring from the brush to my face. And I do touch under my eye, but I don't want to put a lot because I don't want to put concealer there. So now for brows, A lot of people don't use pencil anymore, but you're gonna have to call me outdated, honey, because I can't get into them pomades. I use a the MAC Eyebrow Styler in the color Strut. Now, this color is a little reddish. I use my spoolie and I brush my eyebrow hairs in the way that they naturally grow. I'm not trying to make another shape, like, that's how they grow. So the front of my eyebrows go straight up in the front, and then they start to, you know, go off to the side towards the tail end. When I take my product, I'm just doing hair-like strokes in that part of my eyebrow. And then I'm gonna line underneath it though. Then I'm gonna do the same for the top towards the tail end. I just kind of line the top. I know it looks stupid right now and like reddish, but we'll fix it. Line the top. Then I'm gonna flip to the brush end and brush it together. Then I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. So then I go in with a different pencil. This is the MAC Eyebrow Pencil. It's the same exact one, just in a different color, and this is called Spiked. And I take the darker color, and wherever I have those spots that need to be filled in, and towards the tail end of my brow, I use the darker color. Gotta brush it. Perfect. To get away from my food. Ugh. So then I like to conceal under my eyes, and I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cool Tan. And I take, this is literally a brush, don't know where it's from, sorry, but it is a flat, short brush. Use the brush end of the concealer and just get a little bit of product from the brush, because you don't need much. And I'm going to line under my brow with the flat brush. Then I take and I pull the product down onto my eyelid so that, one, it's easier to blend, and two, as I said, boom, there's your primer for your eyeshadow. Then I just get a little bit more. And I personally like to do the top. I know a lot of people don't, but I do because, look, it looks messy, so clean it up. And I'm just gonna line that. Kind of gives my brow a better shape. And just like I did with the bottom, when I pulled product down, I'm gonna pull product up. Then I take my beauty blender that I already used. I use my foundation on the booty of it, so I am going to use that to blend in that concealer. This is my speed. I don't even know why I tried to front for YouTube. You know how people be doing them look cute, oh, dainty, like Janae Aiko, instrumental, like, no. I need me something that's gonna pipe me up. Okay, so now that I am done, I'm satisfied with the shape of my eyebrow. Oh my god, the shape of my eyebrow. What I like to do, because I have naturally curly hair, so obviously my eyebrows are gonna be curly as well, I like to gel them bad boys down. And so I like to use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. So I'm just gonna go, still going with the flow of my natural brow hair, but being careful not to get those edges that I literally just concealed and cleaned up. It's mainly for the front kind of portion of my eyebrow. I'm going to take care of under eye and brighten my face up a little bit. So, again, I don't have a concealer color. I think I'm just being extra at this point. I just like to use more than one. I don't know. But I use my Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer first, and I am in the color Tan Sand. Ugh. I'm going to put it under my eye in sort of this like upside down triangle shape. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit under my chin and down the bridge of my nose. Now, that's it for that color. Then I go in with a slightly darker color. It's the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the color Medium Dark 2 or Caramel, it's also called. And I'm gonna place that literally right on top of where I put the Tarte Tape Shape Concealer. Like I said, it's just a little darker so I don't look so like white under my eyes. Now for my forehead, I like to use just the darker color because, like I've been saying this whole time, my forehead's darker. So it made no sense to put that light color there. So I just went straight directly in with this. I don't like to use a lot because I also have the concealer blended in from when I did my eyebrows. So it's still a little bright up there. Okay. So now I take the same beauty blender, and this time I'm gonna use this part of it. And I'm just literally going to pat it into my skin, like work it and blend it into my skin. Whenever I go under my eyes, you want to look up so that your skin is stretched out as much as it can while you blend it in. Now I'm going to blend the bridge of my nose. I just kind of squeeze this to make it a little smaller and blend it. And my chin. Now for my forehead. Ooh, that dried quick. So now that I have applied my concealer, I'm going to go back into my Cover FX and set everywhere I put concealer. I'm going to pat it in here, blow off the excess. And again, I want to look up as I'm setting under my eyes.
I honestly don't like to bake per se. I just simply like to set, so as soon as I put that setting powder on my face, I'm blending it out, working it into my skin. I don't just let it sit on my face.
Then I'm just gonna set my nose. I don't care how much I put on my nose because my nose needs to be snatched. So I can let that sit there, that doesn't bother me. And my chin. Now what I like to do is kind of like, what's the word? Anti-contour? I don't know if that's a thing. If it becomes one, give me my check. I'm just but I like to take setting powder and go right under where I know I'm going to put my contour line, just to make it more defined. Perfect. I take my contour brush. Wow, no name. I believe it's a Real Techniques brush. It's just a simple contour brush. It's slanted, kind of fluffy, kind of dense. And I take my Max? Who is Max? I take my MAC Studio Fix Perfecting Stick, and I'm in the color NW50. I actually believe this is a foundation stick. But hey, it works. And it's creamy. And so I like to suck in my cheeks and go right under the bone with this. And I only need a little bit so that when I blend it in, it doesn't look so harsh. And I also like to go around the perimeter of my face so that when I do blend it, it blends with my neck and in my hairline. Then I take that brush, suck in my cheeks, and blend, baby, blend. Also, you want to make sure that you blend in a circular kind of motion and not just straight up and down. Also, when I am blending my forehead, I like to kind of bring it down low, and that's how I fix, like, if I put too much concealer there or if I feel like it's just too light. And then, as I said, I just blend this into my neck. So for my matte bronzer, I use the NYX in the color Deep Tan. Looks just like that. And I use that e.l.f. brush, and I just get a little bit on the, I don't know if you can tell, but the e.l.f. brush is kind of slanted. So I put more product here. Put it there, knock off the excess, and then I lightly brush where I put that contour. Now it's time for the blush. The blush. I use the Tarte blush. It's called Blissful. It's the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. Take some of that. And you want to kind of smile and put these on the apples of your cheeks. So the apples of your cheeks are the most round looking apple part. And you just want to put a little bit on there. And then you see me kind of bringing it up. That's only to blend it so it's not just a red circle on the top of my cheek. I wonder if I could do my whole makeup with one brush. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting video. Now, I am going to get into these eyes a little bit. I go into my Too Faced Natural Matte eyeshadow collection. And I just like the colors in this. They're really neutral, perfect transition colors in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to take this MAC brush and it is in the number 0875. Don't quote me on it. It's kind of flat, but also bushy enough to be a great transition color brush. I go into that chocolate cookie color and I like to just kind of brush it all around my crease. And also above and below my crease. Because as I said, this is my transition color. And I take my Naked Urban Decay palette, but it's the Heat palette. And I'm going to go in with another brush that came in the set with my blush brush. It's called Urban Studio. And I'm just going to use this brush and the color Cayenne to deepen up that transition color. And this time I'm just going to stay in the outer crease. I'm not going to go above or below, just right here to give my eye some depth. And I take another Naked palette of mine. This is the Naked 2 palette. Super old. It's so beat up. And clearly, I'm ashamed to show this, but clearly I just used these two colors. And it is in the color, oh my god, I can't even see what it says, y'all. I believe it says Half Baked and Chopper, but it's these two colors. And I take the brush that just came with the palette. I take the fluffier end. I dip it in Chopper, I dip it in Half Naked, and I put it right on the center of my eyelid. And this time I want to stay on my lid. No crease, not above, not below, but just the lid. But mainly in the very center. Now that that's on there, I go back and I take my, this brush. The one I use for my transition color. And because there's like a literally definite line between the glitter and the color, I like to just use this brush and blend it together. So the transitions from the glitter to and the color is a little more subtle. Now my favorite part. Boom, I'm gonna take this baby. Wow, I'm horrible. I gotta get new brushes just for the purpose of YouTube. Cause I can't read what it says. But it says MAC 123 brush. Is that 123? No, 133. But I use this as my highlighter brush. And I get my MAC highlighter in the color Gold Deposit. Take my brush it across there. And you want to hit all the high points of your face. So your cheeks, your nose, and I like the bridge of my nose too. Your forehead, just a little bit right here though. My Cupid's bow. Then sometimes by being extra, my temples. And my favorite part, I feel like this makes such a difference. under your freaking eyebrow where your brow bone is. And I just put a little bit there. And I'm just squeezing the tip of the brush so I can have more control of where my product goes. I could just save and buy a new brush, but I'm cheap, so I'm gonna use the same one. Y'all seen that meme where they be like, fellas, don't start getting ready until your girl do this step. This is that step. So I am going to set my face with a setting spray. So I kind of spray generously, and I'm going to fan to let it dry and keep my eyes closed so that my eyeshadow doesn't crease, keeping my eyes open. So. Oh, this is my favorite part. Y'all ready? Both our names had Jackson on the end. Ow, ow. I'm going to take my mascara because I like to use mascara on my bottom lashes. And I just use the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. You can get it, it's really cheap at a drugstore. But because I only use it for my bottom lashes, there's no need to get a super expensive mascara. Now I'm going to line my lips, and I would usually use my Cork MAC lip liner, but I think my friend took it, Nani. I think she took it because one day she asked me, ooh, can I use this? And then I didn't see it. So I'm going to use Chestnut as a substitute. Chestnut is a lot darker than Cork. Cork is more of a, like a light brown color. To me, it just matched the outside of my lips perfectly. But I'll just have a light hand when I use my Chestnut. This is the MAC Lipglass, and it's in the color Purr. Ooh, like Purr. But P-R-R-R, like a kitty cat. Ew, okay. And I'm going to start in the center, and then as I'm bringing it up to the corner and outsides of my lips, that's how I'm going to blend it as well. And then sometimes if I have blended it too much, I go back in with my lip liner lightly and just kind of get the edges, but I'm satisfied with how this looks, so. Well guys, this is the final look. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I had to put in my ghetto girls, honey, you know. But no, seriously, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just be sure to leave any comments, all positive, but anything that could be helpful in the comment section below. And also be sure to check out my skincare video and also my Welcome to YouTube intro video. Those will both be in my description box. So, peace out.